is for Map Business Online users discussing repurposing existing maps. Your existing maps would be located up here in the Open file. So you click that Open button, and you can just say yes or no to the changes that you made. But I'm going to say no. And I am going to then show you the different folders that you can access your maps from. So this is the My Maps folder. It opens right up to that. You can see a list of all of the different maps. You can see I've got a whole bunch of maps here. You can see that they're listed by name and by date. So you could, scroll through in alphabetical order, or you could scroll through in order of saved date. And this gives you, sort of the overall best way to look at any given map. So if I looked at a map, if I just clicked on it and didn't double click on it and didn't click open, I've got a little view down here of what the map looks like. And if there's any description in your maps, you do have the option when you create and save a map of putting a description in it, which can be helpful at times. It'll show you a little bit about that map. So you can then figure out if that's the map you want to open. So now I'm going to just drop down. So we've also got our templates. So you can see I have a whole bunch of templates. A map template is used to take a map where you put a lot of work into it and save that map in your map template folder. You can't share it with people from your map template folder, and it puts it over here in the My Template folder where you're not likely to do editing inadvertently, because you can't share it with somebody on a team for collaborative editing. They can't mess up your precious work that you've done on a territory map or on some fancy market analysis map. So save your maps as a template. It's a great way to protect your maps. Again, you can get a sense of what those maps look like. And then, of course, there's the the shared maps, the maps that you've made public. I don't have any of those here. Maps shared with me would be if there was maps here for collaborative editing, you had a team subscription, you were sharing maps between two subscribers of Map Business Online, so you've got the maps shared with me. But the recent map folder right here, that last one, is really kind of helpful because it shows you quickly, these are the most recent maps I've worked with, and I can just start where I want to start from where I left off before. If you get interrupted and had to go into another map, they're kind of helpful. So I took a map that I had in my recent map folder and I repurposed it. And the first thing I did was I renamed it, and I just put a parentheses 2 on it, just because I wanted to use this map for this particular blog that I just wrote. And so now I've decided I'm going to show you some of the things that I manipulated with my map from the very basic blue background. So the blue background means there's no street layer on. It's just the background map view. And I'm going to then go here to the little arrow that opens up map and data. So map and data, when it's closed, and you kind of see it right there, is that little arrow. And we've got map and data. I don't have anything turned on. If I had streets turned on, it would look like that. That would be the background street layer. But I decided on this map, I don't want that. I usually use it, but in this particular map, I didn't feel I needed it. Under map options, you can go down and you can actually change this map background color right there. You have options for changing that from light blue to any color in that universe of colors right there. So that's kind of something you should keep in mind. You can also change the color of any geography you select. So when you select a zip code, it puts a yellow boundary around it that indicates it's been selected. So those are nice little color options you've got. This is also where the edit legend is. You can turn the legend on and off here. And we actually have the show map title here. So I'm going to do a couple things here. Let's just show the map title. So you can see I have the title here. I had it on and I shut it down by just clicking that shut, and I can turn it back on. Map titles are great for explaining what your map is about. The legend, if I turn the legend on, does not have the map legend. Turn it on. So let's see, where is it here? Show map legend, delete drawing. I guess I don't have any layers turned on, so I can't turn on the legend yet. So let's go back and turn on the layers. So back from, let's see, we're going to get out of map options and we're going to turn on, let's start with the zip code layer. So this is the layer I decided to keep on. It has a demographic theme to it. I liked the way it looked. The legend, which we can now turn on. So let's go back to that legend. Click Edit Legend. You can see the zip code layer. We can update map legend. You can see it's going to get show map legend checked. So let's just click Update. And we should have a legend here somewhere. Jeffrey, where are we here? Edit Legend. Oh, right. Show data sets in map legend. Update map legend. There we go. So you have to show the data set and then show it here in the legend. So that's updated. In fact, that shows you that I had adjusted median household income from the demographic data for my theme on that zip code layer. I don't feel that that's really critical to my map, but I like the way it looked. So because it's not really critical, I left it turned off. And I don't think I had anything else on right now. So we can go back to map options. I'm going to shut the map, edit legend. I'm going to go back to the map and data, and I'm going to turn on the brewery layer. So I had breweries and I had container suppliers for the breweries turned on in map and data. I moved my map and data up here. Now you can see my legend, which had a couple of those things showing. I can go in and edit, click that little button right there, and I can edit my legend. So I can leave the container suppliers on, the brewery suppliers on, and as I mentioned, I just wanted the zip codes as a background. I didn't want to have it be pertinent and relevant to this particular map. So I can uncheck it and update the map legend. And now I've got a more focused map legend that speaks to my particular map. Um, so now we've got several layers turned on. We've got the background map turned on. I could turn on the state layer, and you can see how that puts a black boundary around any states. That's pretty much how I usually apply states. I don't have the fill turned on, so if I click the edit gear to edit the state layer, I leave the fill unchecked because I don't want it to interrupt any of the background information I've got going on based on color coding of zip codes or territories. I did change my boundary a little bit. I made it a little bit thicker. I kind of like that second option for states, and I typically will go with dark blue or dark black, just black. Um, I also wanted to turn on my territory layer. And if we close the map and data function, you'll see we've got a territory here in purple. That's main brewery suppliers. They have territories that are kind of issued by zip code in key areas around key breweries. And then I've got the entire state of New Hampshire and the entire state of Vermont selected as territories. And then I've also got some territory action going down here in Massachusetts, this light blue, and you can see that that's around the Boston area, which is pretty busy down there. So those are the four territories I have on this particular map. I have the labels set on the territories to have a little bit of information about breweries and cans in terms of the data that I've imported into the map. Layering, I should say labeling, is available. You click that edit gear over the territory layer, you click on label, and you format the labels, and you can go in and select a data set, put a little, decide what column in that data set you're going to present. In this case, it's just the count, and put a little bit of information into the prefix, and that's what you see here. So any of these labels are controlled. You have up to 5 flexible fields, are controlled over here. You can grab information. I could, for instance, decide I'm going to put demographic data in there. So let's say we go to demographic data and we decide that, some function within our demographic data is a good addition to the map. It adds value to the map. And so you have all that data to pick from. And in this particular case, I'm thinking uh, median income, just plain old median income would probably be good. And so you can just type in med inc with a dash, whatever you'd like there. Change the labels, and now you see median income shows up in the label for the territory. So this is pretty much the map I ended up with. I chose to leave map and data open because map and data is pertinent and relevant to my business, Map Business Online, and so I left that up. But you do have some options. You could shut that off, so now you got a cleaner map view. I moved the overall map center to the left of the map so that I could focus more on my map title and my legend over on the right out in the ocean. I liked the way that looked, but I could simply grab that map and move it and do something else. And you can use that little blue arrow up here in the navigation scroll bar to move it back. So you've always got the ability to move those uh, options around with those back arrows. You do have back arrows up here that are related to territories. So you could undo, you can see I can undo the map title, or I can undo the territory title. So those are also undo buttons and redo buttons. You could take this toolbar at the top and you could get rid of it. You could hide the main toolbar. You can move around your title. You can move around your legend. You can move around your territory labels. All of these things can add value to the map or they can detract from the map depending upon what you're doing. The one thing you don't want to do is make your map too cluttered by adding too many map objects, too many different layers that don't add value. So if I just throw random layers on there, thinking, oh, I want to have everything available for my presentation, really think it through before you start turning things on, because you are going to create chaos in your presentation if you're presenting to people in the know, people who want to understand what you're presenting. And if you put up layers that don't make a lot of sense and cover things that are important in your presentation, then you are going to invite questions that distract from your purpose. So keep it simple, keep it focused, keep it easy on the eyes, have the colors be easy on the eyes, have the symbols be easy on the eyes and in a relative size that someone can see if it's important and someone can understand with a quick glance over at the map legend. All of these things help you present your business map to your map audience in a way that they can quickly grasp what it's all about, and it will make you a better person